everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Angie in Real Time. It's Sunday, December 28th, 2025, almost the end of the year, and we are in our last day in Quebec City, and we are going right now to see the Museum de Civilisation. They have a Titanic exhibit right now, so we're really excited to go see it. Alright, here is the front of the museum. The parking lot is directly across the street.
I like one of those. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, Lou is crowd surfing right now, and the first exhibit we are looking at is a piece on crowds and how it can make you uncomfortable. The more people that come in, your anger level and your anger level gets higher, supposedly. I don't know. I've been to punk shows a lot and I had a good time, but other examples are like Hajj, and they also talked about the effects of like you don't actually have to be with actual people for crowds. It can be how people react in crowds on social media too. So that was really interesting too. Yeah, I believe that's Dan's, yeah. So that was really interesting too. So you don't actually have to be with a crowd of people, and you are affected by the people around you in the crowds, whether in person or online. Okay, so part of this exhibit is about the institutionalization of the native people of Quebec. Between 1831 and 1996, 150,000 children were sent to schools designated by the federal government as Indian residential schools. And I think we all have heard of the end of this. There's many lawsuits now that have happened recently, and the generational trauma of being put into these government and religious schools. They were made to change their names, their beliefs, everything, and some of them were actually institutionalized for people with disabilities, and they weren't disabled. Okay, so this section, now in another room, is talking about the Inuits of Quebec. They fought for their rights in 1969. The federal government of Quebec tried to repeal the Indian Act to abolish Indian status and do away with reserves and transfer it to federal responsibilities to the provinces. The Aboriginal people rejected the proposed changes and began their own self-governance in the 1960s, and Native leaders started to develop their own approaches and different groups. Some of them were Aboriginal women, the Métis, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, and the Inuit of Nunavik. So they kept fighting and fighting and fighting to keep their language, their governance, and self-autonomy. So the interesting part of each part of this museum that I really enjoyed is there is an overlapping theme about mob mentality or crowds as humans and how we can bring each other down or lift each other up. And assimilation due to governments, people, what have you. So the Titanic exhibit is an extra fee, and it is a self-guided audio tour. This is one of the few surviving life jackets from the Titanic. These were the tools used to build the Titanic. There were 246 injuries and 8 deaths on record during the construction. It was a really dangerous job.
It's a really nice model, kind of like realistic toys.
Right now we're getting on the boat.
Oh my gosh.
This is a White Star Line deck chair and blanket. This is a fragment of Titanic's grand staircase. Okay, in 1912, most people in their houses did not have running water or toilets, so all over the ship there was running water. In each cabin there was not toilets, but all over the cabin there were actually toilets, and then crew members brought jugs of water to people's rooms. This is the necklace that inspired the movie Titanic from Kate and Helen Phillips. This is an example of the third class accommodations.
It's still really nice for third class.
It is, you're right. This is the only known journal that survived about the experiences on the Titanic from a third class passenger. This is a bowl from the wreck site.